Fonfi Semson 1. The quality of your life is determined by the decisions you make. Every single person listening today has one thing in common. We all make decisions. Some are small, some seem insignificant. Others feel so overwhelming that we spend weeks, months, or even years trying to avoid them. But whether you realize it or not, your life is not being shaped by luck. It is not being shaped by chance. It is being shaped by the decisions you make every single day. Think about it. The person you become 5 years from now is not determined by one magical opportunity. It's determined by thousands of choices that begin today. The choice to wake up with purpose instead of excuses. The choice to keep your word when nobody is watching. The choice to learn instead of complain. The choice to forgive instead of carrying bitterness. The choice to move forward even when fear tells you to stay exactly where you are. Many people spend their lives waiting for confidence before they make a decision. But confidence doesn't come first. Confidence is built because of the decisions you make. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you teach yourself that you are stronger than you believed. Every time you take one step forward, despite uncertainty, you become someone who trusts themselves a little more. The greatest opportunities in life rarely arrive with complete certainty. They ask you to believe before you have proof. They ask you to take responsibility before you feel completely ready. They ask you to make a decision without knowing every detail of what lies ahead. That's why so many people stay stuck. They think they need every answer before taking the first step. But the people who transform their lives understand something different. They know that clarity often comes after action, not before it. Your decisions are like votes for the person you are becoming. Every choice says something about your future. When you choose discipline, you vote for strength. When you choose growth, you vote for wisdom. When you choose kindness, you vote for better relationships. When you choose consistency, you vote for success. Day after day, these votes begin to shape your identity until one day you look back and realize your entire life has changed. It's also important to understand that refusing to make a decision is still a decision. Staying in a job that no longer fulfills you is a decision. Remaining in unhealthy habits is a decision. Waiting endlessly for the perfect time is a decision. Life continues moving whether you choose or not. The question is whether you're making choices intentionally or allowing circumstances to decide your future for you. There will always be reasons to delay. There will always be voices telling you that you're not ready, not experienced enough, not talented enough, or that someone else is more qualified. But if you allow fear to make your decisions, fear will eventually design your entire life. The safest choice today can become the biggest regret tomorrow. Instead, ask yourself a different question. Don't ask, "What if I fail?" Ask, "What kind of life will I create if I never try?" That question changes everything, because most people don't regret the moments they acted with courage. They regret the opportunities they watched pass by because fear convinced them to wait. Remember, one decision may not transform your life overnight, but one decision can transform the direction of your life. And when your direction changes, your destination changes. A single decision to believe in yourself, a single decision to learn a new skill, a single decision to end a toxic pattern, a single decision to start again after failure. These moments may seem small today, but they have the power to create a completely different future. So don't underestimate the decision you make today. It could be the moment your story changes. It could be the moment you stop surviving and start living with purpose. It could be the moment you become the person you've always been capable of becoming. Because the quality of your life has never depended on perfect circumstances. It has always depended on the decisions you choose to make when those circumstances are less than perfect. Parfait Andron 2. Stop letting fear make decisions for you. Let me ask you something. How many opportunities have disappeared? Not because you weren't capable, but because you were afraid. How many conversations have you avoided? How many dreams have you postponed? How many chances have you watched someone else take while you stood on the sidelines convincing yourself that, or one day, would be the right day? Fear has an incredible ability to disguise itself as logic. It whispers, wait until you're more prepared. It says, you're not experienced enough. It tells you, what if people judge you? And because those thoughts sound reasonable, we mistake fear for wisdom. But many times, what we call being realistic is actually fear wearing a very convincing mask. The truth is, fear isn't always loud. Sometimes it doesn't scream. Sometimes it quietly convinces you to stay exactly where you are. It encourages you to keep the job you no longer enjoy because it's familiar. It tells you not to start the business because someone else might be better. It tells you not to speak up because your opinion might not matter. Little by little, fear doesn't just influence your choices, it begins to control your entire life. The problem isn't that fear exists. Every successful person has felt fear. Every great leader has faced uncertainty. Every person who has ever achieved something meaningful has stood at the edge of a decision without knowing exactly how things would turn out. Fear is part of being human. The difference is that successful people refuse to let fear become the one making the decisions. Think about every important moment in your life. The first day at a new school, your first interview, your first presentation, the first time you had to trust yourself without knowing the outcome. Chances are, you were nervous, you were uncertain. But imagine if you had walked away from every one of those moments simply because they felt uncomfortable. You would have missed experiences that helped shape the person you are today. Growth has always lived on the other side of discomfort. Confidence isn't something you're born with. Confidence is something you build by doing difficult things repeatedly. Every time you take action despite fear, you prove to yourself that fear does not have the final say. You begin creating evidence that you are stronger than your doubts. One of the greatest mistakes people make is believing they have to eliminate fear before they act. They wait for the moment when they feel completely ready. They wait until they're 100% confident. They wait until every risk disappears. But that moment rarely comes. If you keep waiting to feel fearless, you'll spend your life waiting. Instead, change the question you ask yourself. Stop asking, how do I stop feeling afraid? Start asking, what's one step I can take even though I'm afraid? That one question changes everything, because courage is not the absence of fear. Courage is choosing action, while fear is still sitting beside you. Fear also has a way of making failure seem permanent. It convinces you that if one attempt doesn't work, you've somehow proven you're not good enough. But every successful person understands that failure is information, not identity. Every setback teaches you something. Every mistake gives you experience. Every challenge builds resilience. The people who eventually succeed are rarely the people who never fail. They are the people who refuse to let failure become the end of their story. Another reason fear becomes so powerful is because we spend too much time imagining worst-case scenarios. We replay everything that could go wrong, but almost never imagine everything that could go right. What if this opportunity changes your life? What if that difficult conversation strengthens your relationship? What if taking that first step opens doors you never even knew existed? Your imagination can either become the prison that holds you back or the vision that pulls you forward. The choice is yours. Remember this, fear loves certainty, but life offers no guarantees. If you demand absolute certainty before making a decision, you'll miss countless opportunities. The people who create extraordinary lives are not those who always know the outcome. They are the ones willing to move forward without needing every answer. And here's something worth remembering. Years from now, you probably won't remember every moment you felt nervous, but you will remember the moments you found the courage to move anyway. Those are the moments that define a life. Those are the moments that build character. Those are the moments that separate people who simply dream from people who actually grow. So today, stop giving fear the authority to write your future. Let fear be present if it must, but don't hand it the steering wheel. Let your values make the decisions. Let your purpose make the decisions. Let your vision for the future make the decisions. Every time you choose courage over comfort, you take another step toward the life you've always wanted. Because in the end, Your future will not be determined by the fears you felt. It will be determined by the decisions you made despite those fears. And that single choice, to act instead of retreat, may become the turning point that changes your entire life. Panfei 3. Small decisions create extraordinary results. When people think about changing their lives, they often imagine one dramatic moment. A huge opportunity, a life-changing promotion, a lucky break, or a single event that suddenly transforms everything. But the reality is very different. Extraordinary lives are rarely built in extraordinary moments. They are built in ordinary moments, through ordinary decisions, made consistently over time. Success doesn't usually arrive with fireworks. It arrives quietly. It is hidden in the decision to wake up 30 minutes earlier. It is hidden in choosing to read one more chapter, instead of scrolling through your phone. It is hidden in showing kindness when it's easier to be impatient. It is hidden in choosing discipline over distraction, consistency over convenience, and long-term growth over short-term comfort. These decisions may seem too small to matter. In fact, many people ignore them because they don't see immediate results. They think, what's the difference if I skip one workout? What's the difference if I waste one day? What's the difference if I delay this goal until next week? But life is not shaped by one decision alone. Life is shaped by the pattern of your decisions. What you repeat becomes who you become. Imagine planting a seed in the ground. On the first day, nothing appears to happen. A week later, the surface still looks unchanged. Even after several weeks, you may not see much evidence that anything is growing. But beneath the surface, something remarkable is taking place. Roots are spreading. Strength is developing. The foundation is being built long before anyone sees the tree. Your personal growth works the same way. Every healthy habit you build, every promise you keep to yourself, every challenge you face, instead of avoiding it, is like watering that seed. You may not notice dramatic changes after one day or 1 week, but over time those small actions create a future that once seemed impossible. Too many people quit because they judge their progress too early. They expect massive results from minimal effort. They want confidence after one brave step. They want success after 1 week of consistency. They want transformation without giving the process enough time. But lasting success doesn't happen overnight. It happens through patience, persistence, and the willingness to keep making the right decisions even when the results are invisible. Think about the people you admire most. Whether they're successful entrepreneurs, athletes, leaders, artists, or inspiring individuals, they didn't become exceptional because of one perfect day. They became exceptional because they made thousands of small decisions that aligned with the future they wanted. While others looked for shortcuts, they committed to daily improvement. While others waited for motivation, they relied on discipline. While others gave up after setbacks, they kept showing up. The beauty of small decisions is that anyone can make them. You don't need to be the smartest person in the room. You don't need extraordinary talent or perfect circumstances. You simply need the willingness to take the next right step. One honest conversation, one healthy choice, 1 hour spent learning instead of complaining, one act of courage. These moments seem insignificant by themselves, but together they become the story of your life. It's easy to underestimate the power of consistency because change happens gradually. You don't notice your confidence growing after one speech. You don't notice your strength increasing after one workout. You don't notice your wisdom expanding after reading one page. But if you continue making those same positive choices month after month and year after year, you'll eventually become someone you barely recognize in the best possible way. There's another side to this truth as well. Just as small positive decisions build an extraordinary future, small negative decisions can slowly pull you away from the life you want. Ignoring your goals today seems harmless. Breaking one promise to yourself seems insignificant. Choosing comfort over growth one more time doesn't feel like a major problem. But repeated often enough, those choices become habits, and habits eventually become your reality. That's why every decision matters. Not because one decision changes everything immediately, but because every decision strengthens a direction. Every time you choose growth, you move closer to the life you want. Every time you choose fear, excuses, or procrastination, you move further away from it. Direction is far more important than speed. As long as you're consistently moving in the right direction, you're creating a future filled with possibility. So stop waiting for one massive opportunity to rescue your life. Instead, start respecting the small moments that appear every single day. Respect today's choices. Respect today's habits. Respect today's opportunities to become a little stronger, a little wiser, and a little more disciplined than you were yesterday. Remember, mountains are climbed one step at a time. Books are written one page at a time. Great relationships are built one conversation at a time. Successful careers are created one decision at a time. Extraordinary lives are not the result of extraordinary luck. They are the result of ordinary people making extraordinary commitments to small, consistent actions. The life you dream about is not created in one giant leap. It is built through the quiet decisions nobody applauds, the habits nobody notices, and the discipline nobody sees. Those small decisions may feel insignificant today, but they are preparing a future that will one day leave you grateful that you never gave up on the little things. Because in the end, it is the smallest decisions made consistently that create the most extraordinary results. Point 4. Every decision comes with a price. Choose the price you want to pay. One of the greatest illusions in life is believing that we can avoid paying a price. We spend so much time searching for the easy path, the comfortable option, or the decision that doesn't require sacrifice. But here's the truth. Every choice has a cost. Every decision asks something of you. The real question is not whether you'll pay a price. The real question is which price you're willing to pay. Many people think discipline is expensive because it demands effort. Waking up early is difficult. Staying committed when motivation disappears is difficult. Learning new skills takes time. Building healthy relationships requires patience. Chasing meaningful goals requires sacrifice. Yes, these things have a price. But have you ever stopped to think about the price of not doing them? The price of avoiding discipline is regret. The price of ignoring your health is losing your energy. The price of refusing to grow is watching opportunities pass you by. The price of staying silent when you should speak is wondering for years what might have happened if you had found the courage to use your voice. Life doesn't offer a free pass. It simply allows you to choose which cost you'll carry. Think about someone who dreams of building a better future. They know they need to learn, improve, and develop new habits. But instead of paying the price of effort today, they choose comfort. Days turn into weeks. Weeks become months. Before they know it, years have passed, and nothing has changed except the growing weight of disappointment. Comfort feels inexpensive in the moment, but it often becomes the most expensive decision you ever make. On the other hand, growth feels costly at first. It asks you to wake up when you'd rather stay in bed. It asks you to keep going when progress is slow. It asks you to face criticism, rejection, uncertainty, and failure. But over time, those sacrifices become the very foundation of the life you've always wanted. That's why successful people don't avoid difficult prices. They choose the prices that create valuable rewards. Imagine two people standing at a crossroads. One chooses the path of comfort. The other chooses the path of growth. At first, the comfortable road looks easier. It has fewer obstacles, fewer risks, and fewer uncomfortable moments. The road of growth, however, demands hard work, patience, and persistence. But fast forward 5 years, the person who chose comfort is now paying with regret, frustration, and unrealized potential. The person who chose growth is enjoying confidence, wisdom, stronger relationships, greater opportunities, and a deeper sense of purpose. The difference wasn't talent, it wasn't luck, it was the price each person decided to pay. Too often, we focus only on the pain of taking action while completely ignoring the pain of standing still. We tell ourselves that avoiding the difficult conversation will protect us. But unresolved issues grow heavier over time. We think delaying our dreams keeps us safe, but every delay quietly steals confidence. We believe avoiding responsibility gives us freedom, but in reality it limits the future we're capable of creating. There is another important truth. Every meaningful achievement requires giving up something else. You cannot build extraordinary discipline while holding on to constant distraction. You cannot create a healthier future while refusing to let go of unhealthy habits. You cannot become the person you're capable of becoming if you're unwilling to release the comfort that is keeping you exactly where you are. Sacrifice is not punishment. Sacrifice is an investment. Every hour spent learning instead of wasting time is an investment. Every difficult decision made with integrity is an investment. Every act of self-discipline is an investment. The rewards may not arrive immediately, but they always begin shaping the person you are becoming. And here's something powerful to remember: the pain of discipline has an ending. One day you'll look back and realize those early mornings, those difficult choices, those moments when you refused to quit. They were worth every sacrifice. But the pain of regret is different. Regret asks painful questions. What if I had started sooner? What if I had believed in myself? What if I hadn't let fear make my decisions? Those questions can stay with someone for decades. That is a far greater price than the temporary discomfort of taking action today. So before making your next important decision, don't ask only, what's the easiest option? Instead, ask yourself, which price leads me closer to the life I truly want? If one path offers comfort today, but regret tomorrow, and another offers effort today, but freedom tomorrow, the wiser choice becomes clear. The future you're dreaming about isn't free. It requires commitment. It requires courage. It requires consistency. But the price you pay today is building a reward that will serve you for the rest of your life. So choose wisely. Choose the price of growth over the price of regret. Choose the price of discipline over the price of disappointment. Choose the price of courage over the price of wondering, what if? Because one decision, one courageous decision to pay the right price today, can completely transform the course of your tomorrow. And when you look back years from now, you'll realize that what once felt like sacrifice was actually the greatest investment you ever made. Quanphase ZD5. Decide who you want to become before you focus on what you want to have. One of the biggest mistakes people make is spending all their time thinking about what they want to have, while giving very little attention to who they need to become. They dream about success, wealth, happiness, meaningful relationships, and a life filled with purpose. Those are wonderful goals. But there is one question that is even more important than asking, what do I want? The question is, who do I need to become in order to create that life? Because the truth is this, your future doesn't simply respond to your wishes. It responds to your character. It responds to your habits. It responds to the person you are becoming every single day. Many people hope their circumstances will change first. They say, once I get the opportunity, then I'll become confident. Once I become successful, then I'll become disciplined. Once life gets easier, then I'll start believing in myself. But life doesn't usually work that way. Confidence doesn't appear after success. It is built before success. Discipline isn't the reward for achieving your goals. It is the reason you achieve them. Integrity isn't something you develop after opportunities arrive. It is often the very quality that attracts those opportunities in the first place. If you only focus on what you want to have, you'll constantly chase results without changing the habits that create those results. It's like expecting a tree to produce fruit without first strengthening its roots. No matter how badly you want the fruit, the roots must grow first. Your identity is your foundation. Think of a building. Everyone notices the beautiful windows, the impressive design, and the height of the structure. But none of that matters if the foundation is weak. In the same way, people often admire visible success while overlooking the invisible character that made it possible. They see the achievement, but not the years of discipline. They see the confidence, but not the countless moments of self-doubt that were overcome. They see the victory, but not the daily commitment that built it. The strongest lives are built from the inside out. Ask yourself this: if everything you've been praying for arrived tomorrow, would your current mindset be ready to handle it? Would your habits support it? Would your character protect it? Or would you lose it because you became successful before becoming prepared? This is why personal growth matters so much. The goal isn't just to reach the next level. The goal is to become the kind of person who can remain there. The world often encourages us to compare possessions, achievements, and status. We compare careers, income, followers, houses, or titles. But comparison distracts us from the work that matters most. The work of becoming a better version of ourselves. Instead of asking, why does someone else have more than me? Ask, what qualities can I develop today? Instead of focusing on what someone else owns, focus on the habits you can build. Instead of chasing appearances, chase character, because character creates lasting success. Becoming someone of integrity means doing the right thing, even when nobody is watching. Becoming disciplined means honoring your commitments long after the excitement has faded. Becoming resilient means refusing to let setbacks define your future. Becoming humble means continuing to learn even after you've achieved success. Becoming kind means treating people with respect regardless of what they can offer you. These qualities may not bring instant rewards, but over time they become your greatest advantage. The remarkable thing about identity is that every decision either strengthens or weakens it. Every time you choose honesty, you become a more honest person. Every time you choose courage, you become more courageous. Every time you choose consistency instead of excuses, you become more dependable. You are shaping your identity one decision at a time. And here's something powerful to remember. What you become is always more valuable than what you possess. You can lose money and earn it again. You can lose a job and build a new career. You can face failure and rise stronger than before. But if you've developed wisdom, discipline, resilience, faith, and character, no setback can permanently defeat you because those qualities remain within you. Success that is built only on circumstances can disappear overnight. Success that is built on character becomes part of who you are. So stop measuring your life only by what you've achieved externally. Measure it by who you're becoming internally. Every challenge you're facing today is giving you an opportunity to grow in ways that success alone never could. Every difficult season is shaping your patience. Every obstacle is strengthening your resilience. Every responsibility is developing your leadership. The process isn't only preparing your future, it is preparing you. Imagine looking back 10 years from now. What would make you proud? It won't only be the things you owned or the titles you earned. It will be knowing that you became someone who lived with courage, integrity, compassion, discipline, and purpose. Those qualities create a legacy that lasts far longer than any temporary achievement. So before you chase another goal, pause and ask yourself, who am I becoming? Am I becoming someone who keeps my promises? Am I becoming someone who grows through challenges? Am I becoming someone who chooses courage over comfort? Am I becoming someone whose actions match my values? Because when you become the right person, many of the things you've been chasing begin to follow naturally. Remember this: opportunities may open doors, but character determines whether you stay in the room. Success may change your circumstances, but your identity determines how you handle that success. So don't just build a better future. Build a better version of yourself. Decide today that your greatest achievement will not simply be what you have, it will be who you become. Because at the end of your life, people will remember far more than your possessions. They will remember your character, your impact, your kindness, your courage, and the difference you made. And that is the kind of success that truly changes everything. Copy 56. Make the decision today that your future will not look like your past. There comes a moment in every person's life when they have to make a choice. They can continue allowing yesterday to define tomorrow, or they can make a decision that changes the direction of their entire future. That moment is not determined by your age, your background, your education, or your circumstances. It is determined by one powerful decision, the decision that says, my future will not look like my past. Seconds, too many people spend years carrying the weight of what has already happened. They replay old mistakes. They relive painful memories. They allow past failures to convince them that they are not capable of creating something better. They begin to believe that because life has been difficult, it will always remain that way. But your past is a chapter of your story. It is not the title of your life. Where you have been is not where you have to stay. What happened to you does not have to determine what happens through you. Every new day arrives with an invitation to make a different choice than the one you made yesterday. Think about this for a moment. Every successful person you admire has a past. Every confident person once struggled with self-doubt. Every strong person has experienced moments of weakness. Every inspiring story includes seasons of disappointment, rejection, failure, and uncertainty. The difference is not that they avoided difficult seasons. The difference is that they refused to let those seasons become their permanent identity. One bad decision does not define your future. One failed attempt does not define your future. One painful experience does not define your future. Your future is shaped far more by what you decide today than by what happened yesterday. The problem is that many people become emotionally attached to their old identity. They continue introducing themselves through their failures instead of through their possibilities. They say things like, "I've always been this way. Nothing ever works out for me. People like me don't succeed." Without realizing it, they build invisible walls around their own potential. But what if those beliefs are simply old stories you've been repeating for too long? What if today is the day you decide to write a new story? Real transformation begins the moment you stop asking, "Why did this happen to me?" and start asking, "Who can I become because of what I've been through?" That single shift changes everything. Instead of allowing pain to make you bitter, let it make you wiser. Instead of allowing rejection to destroy your confidence, let it strengthen your resilience. Instead of allowing failure to stop you, let it teach you lessons that success never could. Life has a remarkable way of using our greatest challenges to prepare us for our greatest victories. If we are willing to keep moving forward, you don't need to erase your past. You don't need to pretend difficult things never happened. Your experiences have shaped you, taught you, and strengthened you in ways you may not even fully understand yet. But you must refuse to let yesterday become an excuse for refusing tomorrow. Every morning you wake up, life quietly asks you a question: will you repeat yesterday, or will you create something new? So most people wait for motivation before making a change. They hope one day they'll suddenly feel inspired enough to transform their lives. But lasting change rarely begins with a feeling. It begins with a decision to forgive, a decision to grow, a decision to take responsibility, a decision to believe in yourself again, a decision to keep going even when progress feels slow. Those decisions may seem small in the moment, but they become the foundation of an entirely different future. Remember, you cannot change the beginning of your story. You cannot rewrite yesterday. You cannot undo every mistake or remove every painful memory, but you can decide what the next chapter will say. Imagine yourself 5 years from now. Imagine looking back at this very moment. Will you be grateful that you finally chose courage over comfort? Will you be thankful that you stopped making excuses? Will you be proud that you refused to let fear write the ending of your story? Or will you wish you had started today? Time moves forward, whether you act or not. Every day that passes is another opportunity, either invested or wasted. That's why today matters so much. Not tomorrow, not next month, not when everything becomes easier. Today, because the future is not built someday, it is built one decision at a time, beginning right now. So stop asking for permission to become the person you were created to be. Stop waiting for perfect circumstances. Stop allowing old disappointments to convince you that new possibilities don't exist. Your greatest days are not necessarily behind you. Your best opportunities may still be waiting ahead, but they belong to the version of you who is willing to make a different decision today. Stand up, believe again, choose growth over comfort, choose courage over fear, choose purpose over excuses, choose progress over perfection, and make this promise to yourself: I will no longer allow my past to decide my future. I will not let yesterday steal tomorrow. From this moment forward, I choose a new direction, a new mindset, and a new standard for my life. Because one decision has the power to change your habits. Your habits have the power to change your character. Your character has the power to change your destiny. And years from now, you'll realize that your life did not change because everything around you became easier. It changed because one day you made a decision that your future would no longer look like your past. And that decision became the turning point that transformed everything. Fun Fairs, ending of the speech. As we come to the end of this message, I want you to remember one simple truth. Your life will not change because you wish it would. It will change because one day you decide that enough is enough. The direction of your future is not determined by where you started. It is determined by the decisions you make from this moment forward. Every successful person was once standing exactly where you are now, facing uncertainty, battling fear, wondering if they were truly capable. The difference is that they made a decision. They chose courage over comfort. They chose growth over excuses. They chose action over waiting. You don't need to have every answer today. You don't need the perfect plan. You don't need everyone to believe in you. You only need one decision, the decision to believe that your future can be greater than your past. When you leave today, don't just feel inspired. Inspiration fades. Make a commitment. Decide that you will no longer allow fear to control your choices. Decide that your habits will reflect the life you want to create. Decide that every day you will become a stronger, wiser, and more disciplined version of yourself. Remember, extraordinary lives are not built by extraordinary people. They are built by ordinary people who make extraordinary decisions consistently. Years from now, you'll either look back and say, I'm so glad I had the courage to begin, or you'll wonder what your life could have been if only you had taken that first step. So don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait until you feel ready. Don't wait for the perfect opportunity. Make the decision today, because one decision can open one new door. One new door can create one new opportunity. One new opportunity can completely change your life. Your next chapter is waiting. Your future is waiting. The decision is waiting, so choose courage, choose growth, choose action. And from this moment on, become the person your future is waiting for. Thank you, and never forget. One decision made today can become the reason your entire life is different tomorrow.